Once there were two brothers named Cain and Abel. They were the sons of Adam and Eve. Their story begins after the time Adam and Eve disobeyed God and left the garden. But before that, if you want to hear the story of how Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden, you can check out the last episode. But now let's get back to the story of Cain and Abel. Now, Adam and Eve lived after they were kicked out of the garden. In a place called the wilderness of Edom, Adam and Eve had been living as nomads, wandering from place to place, eating fruits and plants and whatever they could find to eat. But now it was time for them to stop wandering and settle down. And so Adam built an altar made out of stones and began to offer sacrifices to God. This is because Adam knew God was very angry at him and Eve for what they had done. And so he wanted to show God that he was sorry and that he loved God. He wanted to show God that even though he wasn't perfect, he still had faith in God. One day, Cain and Abel each prepared their own gifts and brought them to the altar to offer them to God. Now, you might be wondering, why did God get mad at one brother but not the other? Why did God accept one brother's gift and not the other? You see, Cain brought some of the fruit from the field as his gift to God, and Abel brought the firstborn of his flock, a young lamb without any defect. Now, God told Noah that he would be angry with the people for 40 days and 40 nights, but after that, he would never again be angry at them. In the same way, God told Adam that he would be angry at him for a short time, but after that, he would turn away from his sin and have mercy on him. But God didn't tell Adam how long he would be angry at his son's offerings, only that he would be angry with one of his sons for a short time, but then he would have mercy on him. So when Cain offered God his gift, God was pleased for a short time, but then he became angry. And when Abel offered his gift, God was pleased for a long time. So you might think that maybe God was more pleased with Abel's gift than with Cain's gift. But that's not quite right. That's just what it means to be God. You see, God doesn't change. He is always good, all-knowing, all-powerful and just. And he hates sin. So, if one of the brothers brought a gift that was full of sin, God couldn't accept it. And if the other brother brought a gift that had no sin in it, God had to accept it. When God accepted Abel's gift, Cain was filled with jealousy and anger. And after God turned away from his offering, his anger grew and grew until finally he did something terrible. One day, when Abel went out into the fields, Cain met him, and in a fit of anger, he took Abel by his cloak, pulled him to the ground, and beat him until he died. This was the first murder in the world. Afterward, God asked Cain, "What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying out to me from the ground." Then God gave Cain a punishment called the mark of Cain. No one knows exactly what this mark was, but it may have looked like a scar or a brand that said, "You are mine, cursed." And anyone who kills you will suffer a great punishment. Because of this, no one would ever want to kill him, but they could attack him and defend themselves if he attacked them first. God also told Cain that he would wander as a nomad from place to place, just like his parents did, and that no one would ever again have peace in his sight. This is because whenever God looked at him, he would remember what he had done. After that, Cain went out into the wilderness and settled down in the land of Nod, east of Eden. It says in the book of Genesis that Adam and Eve had many more sons and daughters, and the human race continued. If you want to hear about all the descendants of Adam and the different kinds of people that lived in those days, you can read or listen to the 5th chapter of Genesis. So what can we learn from the story of Cain and Abel? Well, First, we learn that jealousy and anger can lead to terrible things if we let them control us. Second, we learn that no matter who we are, God is just and he will punish sin. But third, we learn that even when God judges us, he is merciful and just. And he always keeps his word. And we know from the Bible that God sent his Son Jesus to pay the price for our sins, so that even when he judges us, we can have hope for forgiveness and salvation. Thank you for watching this animated story from the Bible. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something too. Make sure to take some time to think about the lessons from this story and how they apply to you today. And remember to subscribe so you won't miss the next episode.